So, hello everyone, welcome to the video lecture on measurement of power in 1 watt meter, 2 watt meter and 3 watt meter method. So first we'll see how we can measure power using 3 watt meter method, because we normally have a supply voltage which is a 3-phase connection. So first we'll see how we can measure power when we have 3 watt meters at a time. So the diagram it is shown. This constitutes 1 watt meter and the drop across it is VA, and this constitutes the other watt meter and the drop across it is VC, and this constitutes other watt meter and the drop across is VB. Okay, and the common point C of pressure coil and neutral O of load coincide. So the point C and the neutral O always coincides. So we write V is equal to 0. Also, we can have substitution like this. V1 is equal to, or VA is equal to V1. VB is equal to V2. VC is equal to V3. So the point at this junction is 0. The voltage across this junction is 0. And VA is nothing but voltage V1. VC is nothing but voltage V3. And VB is nothing but voltage V2. So now how do you find out the sum of instantaneous readings in a 3 watt meters, or how do you find out the total power? So that is nothing but P is equal to P1 plus P2 plus P3. So what is P1? It is nothing but power present in wattmeter 1. P2 is nothing but power present in wattmeter 2. And P3 is nothing but power present in wattmeter 3. So that is nothing but P is equal to V1 I1 plus V2 I2 plus V3 I3. So what is V1? It is nothing but VA. And what is V2? It is nothing but VB. And what is V3? It is nothing but VC. So this is my total power if I have 3 watt meters at a time. So now we will see what is the power in a 2 watt meter, or if I have 2 watt meters, what is the power. So now we will see how we can measure power using 2 watt meters. So we have 2 watt meters, W1 and W2. Okay, so the current across W1 is IR and current across W2 is IB. Okay, so how do we write the power equation for wattmeter 1? It is nothing but P into I. So P1 is equal to IR into ERN minus EYN. So normally, since any supply voltage is a 3-phase voltage, so we have RYB 3-phase connection, and it is represented as RYB and neutral point as N. Okay, so power is nothing but IR into ERN minus EYN. Why ERN minus EYN? Because the current directions are opposite. Similarly, how do I write power equation for wattmeter 2? It is nothing but IB into ER EBN minus EYN. Okay, so I'll name this equation as 1. Okay, so this is the equation for power equation for wattmeter 2, and this is the power equation for wattmeter 1. Now, what is P1 plus P2? So total power is nothing but P1 plus P2. So when I expand this, I get IR into ERN minus IR into EYN plus IB into EBN minus IB into EYN. So I can again write like this: ER into ERN plus IB into EBN minus, I take common for both, EYN is common, EYN into IR plus IB. So this equation I'll take it as 2. IR into ERN plus IB into EBN minus EYN IR plus IB. So equation I can write as P1 plus P2 is nothing but IR into ERN plus IB into EBN minus EYN IR plus IB. Now what is Kirchhoff's current law? According to Kirchhoff's current law, the sum of the currents. What is the sum of the current? It is nothing but current in phase R, current in phase B and current in phase Y. So all the currents are equal to 0, or otherwise I can write IR plus IB is equal to minus IY. I am modifying this equation. So this equation I can substitute here. So I get P1 plus P2 is equal to IR ERN plus IB into EBN minus EYN into minus IYN. So which gives me IR ERN plus IB EBN plus EYN into IYN. So this is the total power when I use 2 wattmeters. So what is the inference or the conclusion we get from this equation? So whether the load is balanced or not, the sum of the 2 wattmeter reading is equal to the power consumed by the load. So that is the conclusion we get from this equation. Now for the same 2 wattmeter, if it is a delta connection, so how we can write the equation we are going to see. So P1 is nothing but wattmeter 1 and P2 is nothing but wattmeter 2, and you can see the wattmeter, the connection is given in delta. So this is a delta network. So now we will see how we can calculate the power. So P1 is nothing but minus V3 into I1, minus V3 into I1 minus I3. So this current is I3 and here the current will be I1. So I3 I1. So V3 is nothing but I3 I1. So or otherwise I can write V3 is nothing but I3 minus I1. So the difference between the currents will be the current for this particular resistor. So P1 is nothing but P3 into I3 minus I1. So current at this point and current at this point, the difference between these two current will give me the current across this V3. Okay, now how do I write P2? P2 is nothing but V2 into I2 minus I1. So it is very easy to remember the equation. When I write for V3, start with I3. So I3 minus the other current I have is I1. And similarly, when I write equation for V2, start with I2. So V2 is equal to V2 into I2 minus another end I have I1. So another end of I3 is I1. So I3 minus I1. Another end of I1 is I3. So I2 minus I1. So normally when we write the sum of the powers, we write P1 plus P2. So we have 2 wattmeters. So when I add the power of 2 wattmeters, P1 plus P2 is equal to V3 into I3 minus I1 plus V2 into I2 minus I1. So now when we expand this equation, V3 into I3 minus V3 I1 plus V2 I2 minus V2 I1. So when we take the common terms out, V3 I3 plus V2 I2, so I1 is common, V3 plus V2. Now again, what is Kirchhoff's current voltage law? Kirchhoff's voltage law states that the sum of voltages in a closed network will be again 0. V1 plus V2 plus V3 is equal to 0 for a closed network. So I can write V3 plus V2 is equal to minus V1. Now substitute this minus V1 here. So we get P1 plus P2 is equal to V3 I3 plus V2 I2 minus I1 into minus V1. So it gives me V3 I3 plus V2 I2 plus V1 I1. So this is my total power when I use delta connection. So we have found out what is the total power when we have a delta connection and also a star connection for a 2 watt meter. So now we can see how we can measure power using 1 watt meter. So even if it is a 3 phase, for 1 watt meter, the voltage is going to be same. V1 is equal to V3 is equal to V. And similarly current will be same. I1 equal to I3 I. Okay. So the line voltage is different and the supply voltage is different. So supply voltage will be equal to line voltage divided by root 3. So this is a common rule. And similarly, when I take line voltage between another 2 points 1 and 2, it is again V12 divided by root 3. And if we want to take line voltage between 2 points V2 and V3, then V23 divided by root 3. So I will have a switch here actually. So I will have a switch here. So when the switch is closed, I will be measuring the phase at B. And if the switch is open, then I will be measuring the phase at Y. So in that case, how we can measure? So we'll see that now. So the phase voltage line voltage will be equal to V12 by root 3, V23 by root 3, V13 by root 3, which is equal to the supply voltage. And similarly, but if we take phase current and line current, it will be same. Only the voltage should be divided by root 3. And power factor is always determined by cos phi factor. Okay, so if we take the phasor diagram, we can always see the current lags the voltage by an angle of 30 degree. So if we take the phase diagram, it is lagging by an angle of 30 degree, and similarly so I2 So the current lags the voltage by an angle of 5. So we can write P1 is equal to V13 I1 into cos 30 minus 5. So this is cos A minus B. So what is cos A minus B? It is nothing but cos A cos B, cos A cos B plus sin A sin B. So applying this rule I get V13. What is V13? It is nothing but root 3 into V. So root 3 into V I1 cos A cos 30 cos 5 plus cos A cos B plus sin 30 sin 5. Similarly, we can write P2, which is equal to V23 I2 cos 30 plus 5. So in the previous case, voltage and current was having a phase difference of 30 minus 5. So here it is having a phase difference of 30 plus 5, and it is obtained from the phasor diagram. So V23 is nothing but root 3 into supply voltage V I2 cos A plus B is nothing but cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So by substituting this formula here, I get cos 30 cos 5 minus sin 30 sin 5. Okay, to find out the power factor, I should first add the powers. So P1 plus P2, which is nothing but root 3 Vi cos 30 cos 5. So this I take it from the previous derivation. So when I take it from the previous derivation, cos 30 cos 5 plus sin 30 sin 5 plus root 3 Vi is going to be common, so it is taken out, cos 30 cos 5 minus sin 30 sin 5. So this gets cancelled. So I get root 3 Vi 2 cos 30 cos 5. So what is root 3 Vi cos 30? Cos 30 is nothing but root 3 by 2. So this 2 and 2 gets cancelled into cos 5. So root 3 into root 3 is 3. 3 Vi cos 5. So that is the addition of two powers. When I subtract the two powers, P1 minus P2, what do I get? Same root 3 Vi can be taken as common out. Cos 30 cos 5 plus sin 30 sin 5. So minus cos 30 cos 5, minus and minus will become plus, sin 30 sin 5. So this and this will get cancelled. Root 3 Vi 2 into sin 30 sin 5. So root 3 Vi 2 into sine 30 is 1 by 2 sine 5. So which is nothing but root 3 Vi sine 5. P1 minus P2 divided by P1 plus P2 will give me root 3 Pi sine 5 divided by 3 Vi cos 5. So which gives me 1 by root 3 tan 5. So phi is equal to tan inverse of root 3 into P1 minus P2 divided by P1 plus P2. And power factor is cos phi. So which means cos into this phi, which is nothing but tan inverse of root 3 P1 minus P2 P1 plus P2. So if you want to find out the angle between voltage and current, I use this formula. And if I want to find out the power factor, I use this formula. So this is how I determine power for 3 watt meter, 2 watt meter, and hope this lecture is helpful. Thank you.